I was watching a video the other day on social media, and a gentleman was demonstrating a technique of how to bridge the gap quickly. He was talking about boxing, although boxing is generally closer range. There are 5 ranges, 5 distances. There is kick range, there is straight punch range, there is hook range, uppercut range, and there is clinch range. So 5 basic distances. Now, a boxer will generally fight at just beyond range 4, so that he has to take a step in to actually hit. Now, a kickboxer will fight at just beyond range 5. So he's got to move in because he's got to consider the effects of kicks and stay out of range of kicks if he can. Now this gentleman was demonstrating what he called a jump in, and it was based on a 1-2 step. There are 5 basic ways to step. You can do a 1 step, that's a step with the front foot only. You can do a 2 step, which is a step with the back foot only. A front foot only step would be often used with a jab to drop the weight forward. Also, the 2 step would be used with a cross, again to drop the weight forward. Because we then create momentum, we develop into a series of other steps, and the next step in this sequence is the 1-2 step, and that would be 1-2. Step in, front foot, back foot, ideally with a jab cross. 1-2. Left foot, right foot. The next way to step is to step with the back foot and then the front foot. This is more complicated, and you don't see this as often, because often people don't actually know which feet they're moving first. But if you want to go forwards quickly, you can't do it with this 1-2 step, because what you're creating is momentum, and momentum is mass times velocity. So what does that mean? That means that if I start to move forward, my mass achieves a certain velocity, and then I have to stop that velocity, otherwise potentially I fall over. So what happens? If I jump in, this gentleman was saying he was jumping in, he wasn't actually jumping in, he was doing a quick 1-2 step this way. But what this does is this arrests, this stops my momentum. Now, why would that be wrong? Well, it means that if I jump in, I get in close quickly, but I arrest my forward motion, I stop my momentum, and then punch. So I've got 2 sets of forces going on, and the bulk of the force that I've created, I've actually stopped. So, how do we get around this? Well, I mentioned the other steps. You can't do it with this one. You can't do this. You can, but it's not very good. Look at how the bag moves if I jump in and do a jab cross. Jump. I can feel that there's not much in that cross, because what's happened is the jab has sent the target too far away, and the cross is lacking and missing. There is a way that we can do it, but that's not a jump in, it's a 2-1 step, because to do this is not as fast as to do this. If you move the back foot before the front foot, it's quicker going forwards than to go front foot then back foot. Think about it. Front foot, back foot, front foot. Those are the 2 steady and slower ways of moving backwards and forwards. The quick ways are 1-2. Sorry, let's go back. 2-1, 1-2. 2-1, 1-2. 2-1, 1-2. Now, why is this important? Because when I'm going to move in, if I move in very quickly, then I'm going to create momentum. I need to catch that momentum, so that's why this foot is the catcher. This front foot is the catcher. So I would go like this. Now the weight that I'm throwing forward, I'm getting the full benefit of the momentum, and I don't fall over because I've put this foot in front to catch any weight that would take me off balance. See, this way, oh, they can feel, if I jump in, the forward momentum. And the forward momentum is going to spoil any punches that come afterwards. There's another thing going on here, and this is that the punch, in general, must move before the feet. There are two reasons why we move our feet. One is to control distance, either for a safety or attack. The other one is to stop us falling over. When you throw a jab, you might think, well, I'm taking a step so I'm close enough. Good. You might also think, I'm taking a step so I don't fall over. If I throw a jab without the step, I create a stumble. Going back to it, the 5 steps. We have the 1 step, the 2 step, the 1-2, the 2-1, and we have the full step where we cross over the feet. If we're going to achieve this quick move in and then hit, we can't do it this way. Stop and hit. We want to achieve it in a way that creates and makes the most of the momentum. So I can do it, generally it will be back foot first. I can do it with a 2-1 step. And this will catch the forward force. And as I said, to move backwards and forwards quickly, you need 2-1 to go forwards, that's the fastest. 1-2 to go back, that's the fastest. To go more slowly, more considered, step forward with the front foot, and then second with the back foot. To go backwards more slowly, back foot, front foot. Work on these, you'll soon see when you practice how it works. So this principle of jump in and then hit doesn't work. You'll get hurt doing that. So you have to be careful. But instead, move in quickly so you make the most of the momentum that you create. And momentum equals mass times velocity. So there you go.